Corey, I mentioned a few moments ago a lot of confusion going on regarding negotiations between Global and USWA for unification and all that, and I'm a little confused. I think all of us are. So I've got two guys here, Mike Samples from the Global and, of course, Guy Coffey from the USWA. I figured you two guys could sort of set us straight on what's going on with matches that are coming up here involving titles.
Well, first off, Dave, I'd like to say how much of a pleasure it's been to work with Guy Coffey. He has been the ultimate perfect businessman. He has returned the calls. He has returned the letters. We've had late-night meetings. Prior to Mr. Coffey stepping in, working with Eddie Marlin was a nightmare. With Eddie Marlin, it's like working with a stubborn old mule. It's either his way or no way. And Mr. Coffey has just been a pleasure to deal with. And we're so close. We're this close to having the unification match signed. There's a few minor details to work out. I'm not going to go into those, but they're very minor, and I know Mr. Coffey, he has shown me good faith so far. I know we're going to work them out. Now, in the meantime, we're pleased to have 2 championship matches. Through our negotiations, we were able to come up, the GWF was able to pick out of their top 10 candidates the opponent for Jerry Lawler. The USWA was able to pick out of their top 10 candidates the opponent for Eddie Gilbert, and things are just going so well. We're this close.
Well, Mike and Guy, I know part of the problem has been different sets of ground rules between the two federations. For instance, pile drivers are legal in Global, or not in the USWA. Belts change hands in the USWA on a DQ disqualification. They don't in Global, but you're working through these, huh?
Yes, we're working through them. I think everything's going to work out fine. We've got 2 championship matches scheduled. And we've got Jerry Lawler this week going with his unified belt going against Marty Jannetty with the championship.
Who's the #1 contender in Global?
Contender in Global, right. Then we have the Global champion, Eddie Gilbert. He's going against the #1 contender in the USWA, which is Jeff Jarrett. So we have 2 world tag team, 2 world title matches this week.
Here's one of the participants, the King, right here.
Yeah, if I could sort of interject something out here. You know, you're out here talking with Mike Samples from the Global organization about unifying titles, but if I can't believe, Mr. Coffey, that you're out here and you negotiate with this guy and all of these people from the Global organization, and you don't see what they're trying to do. Do you not?
Excuse me just a moment. I don't really believe that you were invited out here today, Mr. Lawler. This is a businessman's meeting. You're not a businessman. You're a wrestler. You do your work in the ring. We do our work at a desk and with the phone. You do your work with opponents. We work one-on-one to do business. And we'd like to continue that. And if you don't mind, maybe you could go back in the back and take care of your business, and we'll take care of ours.
Well, let me just say this, Mr. Mike Samples. I do mind, because what you're talking about is my business. You see, wrestling for the USWA and for these fans right here in Memphis, Tennessee, is my business. That has been my business and my only business my entire life. And that's what I have done. I have stayed right here in Memphis, Tennessee, in the USWA, when I could have gone to other organizations. I could have gone to Global. I could have gone to WWF. I could have gone to NWA. But I stayed right here because this is my home, and I love it here, and I love these fans, and I don't want anything to happen to this area. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let me, Mr. Coffey, what I'm trying to tell you is that this man right here, and sure, he probably is a very good businessman, because what they're trying to do, Mr. Coffey, is they're trying to take over, and they're trying to get control of the USWA, and when they do get control of the USWA, I guarantee you, Eddie Marlin, which he's already probably out of a job, but you'll be out of a job, I'll be out of a championship, and these guys right here, you know what? See, why don't you go ahead and tell the truth, Mike Samples? Haven't you guys already contacted these people about trying to buy the USWA? Have you not made contact about that?
It's no secret that the Global Wrestling Federation is always interested in expanding. We've looked at the USWA. There are some great assets here, but there's also some major liabilities. I think that Global could come in streamline the operation. For instance, you're in Memphis every single week, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's not cost effective. We could come in a couple of times a year with a big card, international stars, 25, 30 wrestlers maybe. Give the fans something really special to see. We could come in here, do away with this live TV every week. Do you know how much it costs to do live TV every single week? We could send our tape down. No reason to have fans come in here.
Excuse me, you don't really have to go any further. I don't know if everybody can hear. Can you hear what he's saying, Mr. Coffey? Do you people hear what this guy is saying? They're saying that the global organization would like to take over the USWA and streamline. That's your word, streamline things, right? So in other words, there wouldn't be wrestling in Memphis every week anymore. You guys would like to have wrestling here live a couple of times a year?
That's correct.
A couple of times a year, so there won't be any more live wrestling here on a weekly basis. You guys don't want to have a live wrestling show. If it was up to you guys, you would tape a wrestling show in Dallas and send a tape up here for everybody to watch, right?
It's more profitable, yes.
It's more profitable.
Right.
Well, see, that's the problem with people like you. That's the problem with businessmen who wear suits and think about nothing but the bottom line. Because you don't care one iota about these wrestling fans over here. All you care about is what's profitable to you. You don't care if these people have wrestling matches to go see on Monday nights. You don't care if they have a live wrestling show. You don't care if Dave has a job as a wrestling announcer. You don't care if Corey's got a job. All you care about is bottom line and what's profitable to you, right? And what he's trying to do is he's got Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty wrestles for the WWF, and all of a sudden he's their top contender. And what are you and what are you?
Jerry, calm down, my friend. Please calm down. First of all, come out of the dark ages. Marty Jannetty hasn't been with the WWF for a long, long time, and we're looking forward to coming to Memphis to kick your butt, my friend. Why are you so scared? Why are you so scared? Marty Jannetty will take you, my friend. Nobody. You've never wrestled anybody with the aerial attack of Marty Jannetty. You know you're going to lose. Tell these people you're scared. Look at this man shake. Look at the king shake.
Mr. Coffey, here's what I'm saying. I'm not shaking from Marty Jannetty. I'm not scared of losing to any wrestler on earth. What I am scared of, Mr. Coffey, is that you're going to sit by and let guys like this flim-flam you out of our whole operation here. Did you not see what they're trying to do?
Jerry, we've had people trying to buy the USWA for years. They've come out of the woodwork trying to buy it. It's not for sale. You must not have any confidence in yourself. I have all the confidence in the world that you can beat Marty Jannetty. I have all the confidence in the world that Jeff Jarrett can beat Eddie Gilbert.
But let me just say this. Just a little history lesson. A little small history lesson. You remember this, and the fans out there know this. In 1988, I won the World Heavyweight Championship for the AWA. The AWA World Heavyweight Championship. And simply because I had their title and I didn't want to travel all over the place, I wanted to stay right here in the USWA. Now let me ask you this. Is there an AWA anymore? Is there an American Wrestling Association in business anymore? No, there's not. All right. I went and I had a unification match with Kerry Von Erich and World Class Wrestling in December of 1988, Chicago, Illinois. I won the World Class title. And because I wanted to stay here in the USWA, is there a world-class organization in business today? No, exactly right. And let me just say this. If you let one of their wrestlers come into this area and by some fluke or whatever it is, I'm not standing out here and saying that I can beat every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the world, but I am saying I've been pretty successful. But should somebody come in here and take this title and take it back to the global organization, I promise you, Mr. Coffey, and I promise everybody out here, there won't be a USWA anymore. There won't be a Saturday morning TV show right here on Channel 5 that's live. It'll be a tape out of Dallas, and I promise you, there won't be a weekly Monday night card down at the Mid-South Coliseum, because these guys then will be in control of everything, and these guys right here then will do what is only profitable and what is good for the bottom line, and that won't be catering to the good fans of Memphis, Tennessee. I can guarantee you that.
Jerry, I got all the confidence in the world that you can beat him. There's no problem. You're going to beat Marty Jannetty. You beat anybody else that they bring in. We're going to be here on Saturday morning. We're going to be at the Mid-South Coliseum for a long, long time.
You know, Jerry, you've been playing king too long. It's time for you to go back into the dressing room and let the businessman hash out what's going to happen here. It's not your destiny. It's none of your business. Go play king with yourself, and we'll see you Monday or whenever, wherever, all around the world.
All right, let me just say this to you, and let me say this to you, Mr. Mike Samples, you two big businessmen in your fancy suits here. What this is all going to come down to, and the bottom line is, it's not going to come down to any negotiations that's done in a business room. It's not going to come down to negotiations in an office with men wearing suits like yourself. The bottom line is, it's going to come down to Monday night, Marty Jannetty and the King in the Mid-South Coliseum. And the way I look at it, this match is not just for this belt, but this match is for the whole USWA's future and for all of these wrestling fans' future. And I'm going to tell you something. You're looking at a guy right here that is not going to let him down. Do you understand what I'm saying?
All right.
You better watch out, Mr. Samples.
That's the situation then. You hear it from the King, you hear it from these gentlemen. Mr. Samples' ideas of how it should be. Guy Coffey is confident that the King can defend the title and the USWA. We'll be back after this.